Welcome to the biggest Porsche event of the year as the Porsche SC Global Carrera Cup Asia heads to the Singapore Grand Prix. Hi, I'm Jonathan Green and welcome to the Asian Festival of Speed as this week Motorsport Asia's focus is on Singapore and the Porsche SC Global Carrera Cup Asia rounds 7 and 8 from the Marina Bay circuit around the streets of Singapore Island. For the series, this is one of the most prestigious events of the year as it's part of the Formula One weekend, and Singapore is effectively the centre of the motor racing world for this weekend. Welcome back to Singapore for the Porsche SC Global Carrera Cup Asia. Round 7 of the championship from Marina Bay in Singapore. Qualifying was held in wet and drying conditions, and once again the track is damp for the start of round 7. Menzel has the pole. It was a dramatic race to the pole. He just beat Baird ahead of Young. Marchie Lee is alongside the fellow Hong Kong driver and former champion and winner of this race, Young. Avia is up there, the youngest competitor. Mock having such a great season in 6th place. Ringo Chong, the Singapore driver, in 7th place. Jeffrey Lee, 8th. Philip Ma is there. Xie Francis is in 10th position. Tan is in 11th. Big field, Merlin's in it, the endurance specialist. So too are the Shens in 14th. John Shen in 17th place. Jung in 22nd and Ku in 23rd. 23 cars in all, and the conditions aren't easy. Some have gone for wet, some have gone for dries. Who will have made the right decision? Pole man is Christian Menzel, winner of this race before. He heads away, gets a good start, does Christian Menzel, the German and the champion. 4 race wins already, and he's leading here at Singapore into the first corner ahead of Craig Baird. Everybody cleanly through, a few cars going wide. You can see the damp patches now, and we believe that Christian Menzel has chosen to go on the wets in the hope perhaps maybe some more rain, or that the conditions, when he's sliding around already, and Baird is already all over him. Good start from Marchie Lee as well, everybody filing through. Down the Raffles Boulevard for the first time, opening up these beautiful GT3 cars as they head towards the next tight left-hander and then right-hander. Baird all over the back of Christian Menzel at the start of this 12-lap race. Everybody just testing out the conditions now. And still, he's still sliding then. He slides slightly wide this time. Menzel goes too wide and Baird goes through. And is there an opportunity also for Marchie Lee? And it looks like it. Marchie Lee tries to get past himself. Daryl Young is looking for a way past. But now Craig Baird leads for the first time. Menzel goes wide. Great start, exciting stuff as they head towards the Anderson Bridge for the first time. Over the bridge they come and into the very tight 13. And as we look overhead, it looks as though Menzel's lost out again, this time to both Marchie Lee and Daryl Young, who are side by side as we head down the next piece of straight here at Singapore. And look at them almost banging the side of each other's Porsches there. Marchie Lee and Daryl Young, the 2 Hong Kong drivers, no love lost. And Marchie Lee very, very aggressive, certainly in the opening stages, but Daryl Young just the same. Rodolfo Avia in the mix at about 5th place, just behind Mok Win Sung by the looks of things. And Menzel's dropped down to 4th place now, having had that excellent start. Through the tunnel for the first time, through to 19 and 20. Run through there into 21, and then the run home. Down past the wheel. The famous Singapore Eye. And into the last left-hander to complete the lap. And it looks as though Craig Baird is extending that lead at the front. Menzel's got Avia and Mock all over the back of him now. Mock giving a good account for himself. What a season it's turning out for him at the moment. And from Singapore is really enjoying this opportunity. Fastest lap to Darrell Young, 2:24.7. Rodolfo Villa comes alongside again. Mok will defend, but Rodolfo is through, the 23-year-old from Macau. Nice driving from the former GT champion of Asia. And the 23 car field starting to spread out, and it looks as though Menzel has definitely made a mistake on those all-wet tyres, and he was going so well in qualifying. Such tight racing here in Singapore. Exciting start. You use as much of the track as you can. But of course, if you get too close or you get it wrong. Fastest lap by Young, 2:24.4. That's two fastest laps he's put in. He really is pushing hard now on Craig Baird, and he's going to put Baird under a massive bunch of pressure throughout the rest of this race. Just 12 laps for Craig Baird. It's going to feel like an eternity. Darrell Young, very aggressive, and now at the top of his game in World Touring cars. And so this is a man at the height of his powers. He may not have raced a Porsche since April, but he doesn't need any lessons as he comes over Anderson Bridge again. This is where he overtook last time, and Baird knows it. Baird under extreme pressure, flying the flag for SC Global, sponsored by them. And of course, they are the title sponsors of the event too, so Baird has a lot on his shoulders, and he also knows exactly who's behind him. And if anybody knows this circuit well, it is Darrell Young. Having said that, Baird was second runner-up last year in his first outing. This is the third event here for the Porsche SC Global Carrera Cup Asia. Baird, Young, Lee, Avia in fourth place. Mok, Chong, Merlin is up to seventh. Philip Ma now in the top eight, the Hong Kong driver. We're watching Ringo Chong really push hard on Mok at the moment. That is Wayne Shen in his battle for a top 10 finish. The Hong Kong driver for Modena Motorsports. Wayne Shen, of course, former Ferrari expert, and now loving his opportunity to get around this Marina Bay circuit. And Merlin, the Frenchman, holding off the experienced Philip Ma of Hong Kong in 8th position. Wayne Shen just behind. Shen going slightly wide there over the rumble strips, but holds it all together. Beautiful shot of the Singapore skyline as we look high above and down on this circuit. It really does give you an illustration of the speed that they're going at when you see it from up here. And how far they spread out as well. What a venue. Through the chicane. We've already had a few mistakes there. This is a battle for the top 10. Shen has caught back up as they go back over the Anderson Bridge. Good driving. And Merlin goes through for France. Across the Esplanade. And as these three drivers battle for a top 8 position and into the latter part of the circuit, we'll take a short break. We'll be back with more action from Singapore after this. Baird still with 4 laps remaining, trying to defend his position from Darrell Young. What a race this is turning out to be in the front. Darrell Young, as they go past some back markers, will not give up on his pursuit of winning this race. He's desperate to win this race. Of course, now racing in another championship, but holds this race as being the most important. He wants to show what he's got. Craig Baird, having been runner-up last year, does not want to do the same again. Yet to win a race this season. Menzel has been taking the lion's share. He won't do that in round 7. And of course, last time out at Zhuhai, it was all Marchie Lee, who's still in the reckoning, but has gone wide a couple of times and made a few mistakes. These two, though, are not making any mistakes. Look how hard they're pushing. Darrell Young gets completely out of shape there and loses a little bit of time as they head across Anderson again. Into 13. Catches back up again. Good racing there between the two of them, and the onboard cameras really illustrating just where Baird can make his getaway. But Young has the ability to catch back up on the straights. Look how quickly he's done it there. LKM continuing to sponsor him as they have done. Ooh, who's this out of shape? Ooh, Jeffrey Lee leaving the braking, almost forgetting the brake there. That's the second time he's been in trouble. Here, down the Raffles Boulevard through 6. And that's Jean-Claude Merlin getting in trouble there. Wayne Shen pushing him away. And luckily, didn't end in tears. Back to the battle at the front. Through turns 8 and 9 now. No change. Baird still leads, but locking up. Time running out for Darrell O'Young. What a race these two are having. There's the checkered flag, though. And what a race that turned out to be for Craig Baird. Superb stuff by the New Zealander, who takes victory for the first time, and that will taste sweet because he's sponsored by SE Global as well. So Simon Chong can be well pleased with his efforts. Marchie Lee recovers to take third for Red Bull Racing, and disappointment for him, but a valuable podium after the 2 wins in China last time out. Rodolfo Avia, it looks like, will come across the line next. Here's that battle again. Mock holding off Ringo Chong, the Singaporean driver, pushing hard to the end here. But I don't think he's going to make his move. It's just too tight. That's the trouble with Singapore. There's only a couple of places where you can really safely make the move. So Chong comes across the line behind Mok Wen Sun. And it's very hot and humid, and open goes the door immediately. Check on the results then. Baird with the victory. SC Global Racing. Darrell O'Young for LKM Racing takes second place. Marchie Lee, then Rodolfo Avia. Mock is fifth. Chong sixth. Philip Ma held off and got past Merlin in that battle between the 3 of them. And Merlin takes 8th ahead of Shen, who also was pushing hard between the 3 of them in 9th. And Jeffrey Lee in the end, after those problems, still recovered to stay in a top 10 finish. As for Class B, the amateur drivers, but no amateur really. Mok Wen Sun has stolen a march on everybody, winning every race so far. Done it again here in his home, Singapore. And Ringo Chong, also of Singapore, joins him on the podium. Let's head down to here from the top 3 in Class B.
Well, that was a tough race. Had a very good start, managed to get in front of Rodolfo and clung with the leaders for the first lap, and then had a great battle with Rodolfo for about 2 to 3 laps. And he was clearly quicker, so I said, don't want to have anything bad happen in my home race, so let Rodolfo go. But I didn't realize that Ringo was so close behind him, and the next, I think, 8 to 9 laps, it was just a all-out slugfest with Ringo. He drove really, really, really well. He didn't make any mistakes and kept the pressure on me the whole time.
And third place in Class B goes to the Frenchman, Jean-Marc Merlin, who really did have to fight hard to get Class B's 3rd overall.
The race was very tough. It was very tricky. We didn't really know if it was wet or dry. And then when we all realized that it was dry, the guys who were left in wet tires made a mistake, so quite easy to overtake them. And after that, I had an interesting couple of times with Wayne. Pushed me at one point, then he was off. So it was an interesting fight all along. No mistakes, so I could get some points for the championship in front of my family, which is great.
So round 7 had everything. The weather played its part. Menzel going wide, choosing the wet weather tyres, and that was the wrong choice. Jeffrey Lee wished he had more grip himself. He spun round, and there was plenty of incident and drama. But in the end, the real drama is in the championship. Menzel's lead of 18 points is now down to 2. Baird is on the hunt with 100 points now. Marchie Lee moves to 88 points, 2 ahead of Mock, who of course is leading Class B in 4th place overall. And a look at the standings in Class B after 8 rounds. Mok Wen Sun, the Malaysian, racing for Singapore, 163, ahead of Ringo Chong of Singapore, 108. Francis Chia, the Dutchman, from Hong Kong, 102. And Wayne Shen, despite that stall, the Canadian, with 98 points.